Dracula and his vampire brides. It's London in the 1970s. Scotland Yard police investigators think they have uncovered a case of vampirism. Oh, but how would they know? Could it be those two holes on the neck? You got me. They call in an expert vampire researcher named Van Helsing. Yes, who else are they going to call but Van Helsing? And it's the same Van Helsing from the 19th century, the same guy, right? He helps them put a stop to these hideous crimes, and it becomes apparent that the culprit is Count Dracula himself. Oh, and he's fiendishly disguised as the same actor that played him in every other Hammer movie. How would we find him? Anybody seen Christopher Lee? I don't know. If you guys like dudes in sheepskin, this is the movie for you. Lots of dudes in sheepskin here. Oh! Anybody have a hoodie in a size other than fat old dude? Would any of you old alkies like to drink the blood of some Democrats? I will. I will. I will. We have our decorative skull. Now all we need is a puzzled chicken. Check. Oh! Sheepskin man, help, please. Sheepskin man, hear cry for help. Man in need of proper bedding. Sheepskin man, spring into action. Sideburns flutter in stiff breeze. Man wearing fascinating work boots. Work boots. Oh, sheepskin man punished for good deed. Choking. Fortunately, sheepskin breathed just fine. Sheepskin man fears this man's facial lacerations will be the last he ever sees. Oh! What Dracula movie is complete without a pervy old man sequence? I'll pretend to like it. I'm going to pretend to watch something else just like the audience. Smells like feet. Oh! They call this gadget a recorder, a delicate piece of equipment that must be kept entirely free of shaved hairs. But that won't be a problem in this professional workplace. I hope that's not what I think it is, because I just used it on me bullocks. Oh! Smoke curling under the door. Am I in a Chinese factory? Does Dracula use a hookah? Seedy hotel room, bare shoulders. It could only get worse if the Prince of Darkness himself appeared. You know, you can use the knob for that. It's so much easier. The last man who looked at me that way benched me for the rest of the high school volleyball game. Whatever you have to say, you can say it from right there, Buster. Haven't I seen you in a dozen Tim Burton movies? Those hands better contain some perfume and a piece of jewelry, or it's back to the crypt for you, fella. Hey, you're touching my Spanx. Hands off the Spanx. Your coffin or mine? Strong, silent, dead in bed? My kind of guy. Oh! Knocked unconscious by a sheepskin man. Me, Grand Moff Tarkin. The indignity of it all. I did Star Wars for my grandkids thinking they'd never make more than one. Now 9? 9? Really? Now where's my friend, the chubby fellow with the terribly short tie? Oh, I've heard of hanging curtains, but this is ridiculous. My good fellow, you're feeling exactly what the audience is at this point. Except the audience isn't wearing pants that anticipate a flood. What size are those shoes? He won't possibly miss them. They say that a hanging man looks as if he's seen Lindsay Lohan. Oh! Let this serve as a lesson to you. Never store your vampires in the same cellar as your fine wines. The horror! Juveniles emerging from boxes! And ugly vampire vixen, too! What fresh hell is this? What, a sister with fangs? Sounds like the concept of the next Rihanna video. I'll just stand here petrified rather than make a run for it. No says no, you blood-sucking tramp. All right, take the coat, but leave my groovy vest. Yikes, even Rachel Dratch is a vampire. Time to move in slow motion because, well, why not? This must be how Gwyneth Paltrow felt back when people cared about how Gwyneth Paltrow felt. Oh! Gentlemen, our foe is Count Dracula. Do you have a picture of Count Dracula? Were you quite high when you drew that? Why, yes, I used my own feces and a dash of salt, and a handful of Valium. I tried to sell it on eBay, but surprisingly, they have a ban on feces art, so I sold it to Ryan Seacrest instead, who obviously has no such ban. He's starring in a new reality show on E!